Hey everyone, ready for a deep dive? Today we're going to look at Moaning Myrtle.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the Hogwarts bathroom ghost. But get this, we're not talking about how annoying she can be.
Right.
We're talking about, get this, her heroic side.
Really?
Yeah, apparently there's a whole article on Wizarding World about her. It's called Unsung Heroes, Moaning Myrtle.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, and it was published December 7th, 2017.
Okay.
So, I mean, most people think of Myrtle as, a nuisance.
Yeah, I get that. Like she's always wailing and making the bathroom all damp and
Exactly. But this article, totally flips that. It's like,
Wow.
hey, maybe she's actually one of the good guys.
Right, there might be more to her than we realize. Like at first glance, she doesn't exactly scream hero.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like she's Dumbledore or
I
something.
don't know. But think about it. Her constant flooding of the bathroom, remember in Chamber of
Oh,
Secrets?
yeah.
That actually gave Harry, Ron, and Hermione the perfect secret spot to brew that polyjuice potion.
Wow, that's true. It's like her annoying habit actually helped them out big time.
Yeah, it's kind of funny how her disruptive behavior, accidentally helped them with their secret mission.
And it makes you think about, the symbolism of water in the series, right?
Hmm.
Water is often about transformation, cleansing, like even rebirth. And that polyjuice potion, well, that lets them transform into someone else.
Wow, that's a really interesting connection. So, like, Myrtle's watery domain is tied to this magical transformation that's happening right there.
Yeah, I never thought about it like that.
It almost makes Myrtle's tears, the source of all that flooding, seem a bit less annoying.
And maybe more like a catalyst for change.
Exactly.
Hmm.
And this idea of Myrtle as this unexpected helper, it pops up again and again in the books.
Really? Like when
Well, remember when she kind of takes on the role of like an agony aunt?
an agony aunt. What's that?
Oh.
Oh, it's like someone who offers advice, someone to listen to your problems, like a confidant. Oh, okay. So Myrtle's the agony aunt of Hogwarts.
In a way, yeah. And despite her gossipy nature, she does have these moments of like genuine empathy. Think about when she comforted Draco Malfoy in Half-Blood Prince.
Malfoy. Moaning Myrtle comforted Malfoy.
Remember, he was super distressed about Voldemort's task, and she was there for him, gave him a shoulder to cry on, so to speak.
Wow, I never would have pictured that. Why would she help him?
Well, think about it. Myrtle was bullied when she was alive, right? Ostracized.
Right.
Maybe seeing Malfoy so vulnerable, it brought back some of her own trauma and sparked this like genuine desire to comfort him.
That's deep. So even though she's a ghost, she's still carrying all that emotional baggage from her past.
Yeah, and it's shaping how she interacts with everyone, even Malfoy.
And it makes you rethink her character, right? Like,
Mhm.
we see her as this one-dimensional, whiny ghost, but she's clearly more complex than that.
Exactly. We all have layers, even ghosts.
But it also raises a question, doesn't it? Like, are ghosts just echoes of who they were? Or can they actually grow and change even after death?
That's a good question. I mean, the books don't really give us a clear answer.
Yeah. But it definitely adds another layer to, our understanding of ghosts. They're not just decorations. They're complex beings with their own stories and motivations.
And their presence at Hogwarts, it just raises so many questions.
Yeah. Are they there to, teach, observe, guide the living?
Maybe Myrtle's there to give us a different perspective on everything that's happening.
I guess you wonder if there's, a deeper purpose to them sticking around, a reason they haven't moved on.
Maybe they're a reminder that the past is always with us, shaping the present,
Yeah.
even in the wizarding world.
Okay, so we've talked about her tears, helping with the potion, and her empathy for Malfoy, which might come from her own experiences with bullying. But what about, her love of gossip?
Ah, yes. The gossip.
Can that really be considered a heroic trait?
Oh, it can be, believe it or not.
What, really? Come on.
Yeah. Think back to Chamber of Secrets again. Her gossip, well, it actually was a big help for Harry and Ron. Remember?
I mean, she gossips about everything. What are you talking about?
When she told them about those great big yellow eyes right before she died.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. She was going on and on about it. I thought it was just, typical Myrtle.
But that detail, it was a big clue. It confirmed their suspicions about the basilisk.
Right, the monster petrifying everyone.
That little tidbit, it helped them figure out what they were dealing with.
And it wasn't just the basilisk, right? She told them where she died, too.
Exactly, and that led them straight to the chamber's entrance.
It's kind of funny, huh? Everyone thought she was just a nuisance, but she held the key to the whole mystery.
I guess it shows that sometimes we underestimate the value of people who are, a little different.
Right, like eccentric?
Yeah, eccentric. Myrtle's perspective as a ghost and her unique way of communicating made her a valuable source of information.
So you're saying her gossip was actually intel.
You could say that.
But her eavesdropping, that wasn't just in Chamber of Secrets. Remember Goblet of Fire?
Oh, yeah, the Triwizard Tournament.
Yeah, she pops up there too.
When Harry's trying to figure out that golden egg clue.
Right, and she's like hovering around the bathroom, offering advice.
Classic Myrtle.
It's both hilarious and creepy, right?
Oh, for sure. But, that eavesdropping, it actually helped Harry in the end, remember?
Did it? How?
She'd overheard Cedric Diggory, talking about the egg during his bath.
So she was spying on Cedric.
Well, she was there, and she heard him say the egg had to be opened underwater.
Oh, so she gave Harry the answer.
Basically, yeah. I don't think she meant to help, but that's how it worked out.
It's like her nosiness had a purpose after all.
It shows you sometimes even negative traits can have a good outcome. You never know where the solution will come from.
So it wasn't just about helping Harry and Ron, right? This article says she had a bigger impact on Hogwarts itself.
Oh, definitely. She might have been disruptive, but she was part of the school's history.
A living, or rather dead, embodiment of Hogwarts, right?
Exactly. She was part of the tapestry of the school.
It's interesting, we often label people as annoying or unhelpful.
Yeah, based on, first impressions.
But what if, like with Myrtle, we're missing something?
We might be overlooking their hidden depths, their contributions.
Like, we saw her as a nuisance, but look at what she did.
It's a good reminder to look beyond those first impressions.
And to appreciate all the different personalities and perspectives out there.
Right. Who are we to judge someone based on our limited understanding?
Maybe, like with Myrtle, we can even find unexpected allies, sources of support.
Let's talk about the idea of unsung hero. It's
Yeah.
often used to describe someone who, makes big contributions but doesn't get the recognition.
Why do you think we overlook these unsung heroes?
Maybe because they're not the ones in the spotlight.
They're working behind the scenes.
Exactly. Their efforts are essential, but they don't always get noticed.
Maybe we're too focused on the big picture to see the smaller acts of kindness.
The everyday things that really make a difference.
It makes you wonder, are there people like that in our own lives?
Unsung heroes we don't even realize are there.
Right, like that coworker who always goes above and beyond.
Or the friend who's always ready to listen.
Or even a stranger holding the door open when you get your hands full.
Those small gestures can mean a lot, even if we don't always say thank you.
It's important to be grateful for those who make our lives better, in any way.
So Myrtle, even with her flaws, she helped Harry and his friends. And she was part of Hogwarts history.
Her biggest legacy might be that she reminds us to look beyond first impressions.
And appreciate the unsung heroes we have.
Before we finish up, let's look at the article's closing thought. It says that even though she haunted Hogwarts, she wasn't your typical ghost. It says she had this, this unique ability to unlock the school's mysteries. And even though she didn't always, mean to, she played a big role in protecting the students.
Right.
And, making sure good triumphed over evil and all that.
It's like she's this paradox, a ghost who's tied to the past, but also, influencing the present and the future.
That's a good way to put it. She's almost like a tragic figure trying to find some meaning in the afterlife.
Right, even if she's not doing it the best way,
Yeah. And maybe that's why she's such an interesting character. She's not perfect.
Not at all.
Not always likable. But there's something about her that makes you, root for her, even when she's being a pain.
I get that.
Makes me think about haunting differently. Usually it's seen as something negative, right?
Yeah, something scary.
But with Myrtle, what if it's, a form of protection?
What do you mean?
Well, she's always in the bathroom, right? The place where she died.
Yeah.
What if it's not just about her pain and loneliness? What if it's also a subconscious desire to protect the students?
That's interesting. She's watching over them.
Yeah, she's always watching, listening. Maybe it seems creepy, but maybe it's her way of keeping them safe.
So her haunting, it's not just about her being stuck. It's about her being a guardian.
Yeah, protector of Hogwarts.
It changes how you think about being a hero.
Totally. It's not always about fighting villains.
Sometimes it's just being there.
Being present, offering security.
Even in the most unlikely places, like a bathroom.
It shows that everyone has a role to play.
Even if it's not always obvious.
So Myrtle With all her flaws,
Yeah.
she helped Harry and his friends,
Hmm.
and she was part of Hogwarts.
Right.
But her biggest impact might be this. She reminds us to look past those first impressions.
And see the good in everyone.
Yeah, even the annoying ghosts.
Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Who are the moaning myrtles in your life?
Oh, that's a good one.
You know, those people you might be overlooking.
The ones who seem annoying, but maybe they're actually helping you in some way.
Take a moment to appreciate them. You might be surprised what you find.
That's a great point. And on that note, we'll say goodbye until our next deep dive.
Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning.
And keep an eye out for those unexpected heroes. They might be closer than you think.